hey, you look like a smart person. And many smart people, hundreds of them, are clapping and giving me a thumbs up everywhere I drive around. It's really encouraging. So tonight, when I'm done campaigning, come on over to my house and I'll tell you why you should vote for Mr. Trump. Well, hello. I'm back from my evening walk. I spent a lot of time campaigning for Donald Trump today. Why did I do this? Why should I do that? Am I doing the right thing or am I doing something wrong? And should you be doing the same thing I'm doing? Should you be talking to people to vote for Donald Trump? This is my point of view. My ancestors were American Indians. I did my genealogy through the Mormon Church Library, and my great-great-great-great-grandmother was on the Trail of Tears, and she died because President Jackson had the power, and he marched them in the wintertime many, many miles, and 1/4 of them died. That wasn't a good thing. But we're here in a free country, and it's the best country on the earth. And why did it become so powerful, and why did it become so good? It's because of free enterprise. Now that's the main reason I'm voting for Donald Trump, because he believes in free enterprise. This woman who's running is just like Mr. Obama. They don't believe in free enterprise. They believe in evening the playing field, just like Mao Zedong, just like Joseph Stalin. Now, you look at North Korea. Everyone's starving to death. Everybody's equal, but everybody's starving to death. Who wants to live in North Korea? If you even try to get out of that country, they'll kill you. Now you look at South Korea. South Korea is more free enterprise. Now, the purpose of government is to protect you and to give you freedom. Freedom to try and freedom to fail if you fail. But get on your own 2 feet and make something of yourself. And don't want the government to spoon feed you. That's not the government's job. That's your job. All right? That's why I'm voting for Donald Trump. It's a matter of principle. Now, I heard in Utah in the Deseret News, they're supposed to be good Christians, the Mormons, and they asked Mr. Trump to step down. And then Mr. Mitt Romney, who run for president last time, and I voted for him, and Donald Trump supported him. And Mitt Romney, the backstabbing hypocrite, he asked Donald Trump to step down, and he said all kinds of bad things about Donald Trump. That's not cool, Mr. Romney. And then this Glenn Beck guy that I used to think was pretty cool. Glenn Beck, you're an idiot. And there's a fellow in Utah, he's getting a lot of votes now, probably from the Mormon people. He says he's an ex-CIA guy, as if that's supposed to give him some superpowers or something. He has no chance to win. Only 2 people have a chance to win. Donald Trump or this creature, this female creature, and I call her a creature just like Satan is a creature. He's a creature that perverts the ways of the Lord. And whenever you have somebody perverting the ways of the Lord, you better watch out. You better watch out. The Lord doesn't like homosexuality, for example. I don't say I don't like him. The Lord said it's not right. It's a perversion. The purpose of man is to take care of a woman and to bring children into the world. And the purpose of a woman is to take care of a man and bring children into the world in a loving home. And the only true place a child can grow up right and straight is in a loving home. Not in a village like this creature says it takes a village to raise a child. It does not take a village to raise a child. It takes a good woman and hopefully with a good man, if the man will be man enough to stay with the woman and raise the child. That's what it takes to raise a child. And that's the root of all problems. With the black community, with parts of the white community, you see the Asian community is better than most. The Indian community here does better than most because they have a family unit. They're doing it God's way. All right? This Mr. Obama, he's not a Christian. He's not anything. He doesn't understand the Lord's ways. And neither does this woman here. She doesn't understand. Donald Trump did some bad things, but he does believe in God and in the family unit. And that's the main reason I'm voting for the man. That's the main reason. Now, he said some things about some women. Now let's put a spotlight on that, like all the news is doing, and put a spotlight on what he did. He said some things about women, okay? Now, you Mormons, for example, have a book called the Book of Mormon. And in your Book of Mormon, there's a man called Alma. And he's one of the greatest men in your Book of Mormon. And he was a man like unto God, like unto, Moses. He was taken by God. He didn't taste of death. But let's go back in his life and see what he did before he became such a great man. Running around with prostitutes, running around with all kinds of loose women, doing every possible, imaginable, abominable thing you can think of. And not only that, he was corrupting everyone he could. Now, if CNN existed at that time and did a story on Alma, that's all you would see on ancient television, is about how corrupt this guy was. Don't you ever vote for this guy for president. Let's put a spotlight on King David, a man after God's own heart, killed Goliath. But CNN wouldn't say anything good about him. They'd say, this pervert, 300 wives. And then he goes and takes another man's wife and gets her pregnant. Then he kills that man. Did Donald Trump do something that's terrible? I don't think so. But yet the Lord allowed David to still be king. Let's take the most righteous man in Sodom and Gomorrah, Lot. All right? He was the only righteous man they could find. He escaped. His wife turned into a pillar of salt. I don't think she was half as bad as Hillary Clinton, and I've been praying for Hillary Clinton to be turned into a pillar of salt, but it just doesn't seem to work. So, Lot goes off. Now, imagine this. You ask Donald Trump on CNN, did you or did you not get all drunk and have relations with both of your daughters? Well, yeah. Oh, this man would never make it to president. But yet one of the most righteous men in the Bible did something like that. So Mitt Romney, Glenn Beck, all you self-righteous Christians, you Mormon governor, you Mormon senator, you Mormon newspaper, saying that Donald Trump should step down, why don't you open the Bible and read a little bit? Or look at your scriptures. Now, for the rest of you normal people, I would just ask you this. Think in your own heart. Talk to your ancestors. Talk to the Lord. It's either between Mr. Trump or it's between this other person. And I'm 100% in my heart convinced that I'm doing the right thing for my children and for my grandchildren and for this world by voting for this man who, although he's not perfect, he stands for more solid principles than this woman. Thank you very much.